How could Esquire's sexiest woman alive possibly have any problems? From political unrest in her homeland to a lifetime spent facing the odds, Mila Kunis proves she's a warrior, who just happens to be easy on the eyes. Mila Kunis was born in Ukraine in 1983. She's a descendant of Jewish family lineage with relatives who survived the Holocaust. But even after the war was long over, pervasive anti-Semitism remained. She told The Sun, "After the Holocaust in Russia, you were not allowed to be religious. So my parents raised me to know I was Jewish. You know who you are inside."
I literally had no clue of a different continent, let alone a different language.
Her great-uncle emigrated to the United States before she was born, which led to her grandfather moving as well. She told People magazine of her grandfather's experience. Disneyland, of all places, transformed his perspective on the possibilities of the West. He came back to Russia and said, "We're leaving." Having relocated to the US at the tender age of 7, along with her parents and her brother, Mila's new chapter didn't start out like anything close to a fairy tale. Assimilating to her new surroundings proved to be so challenging that she says she barely remembers that time. She told the Los Angeles Times, "I blocked out 2nd grade completely. I have no recollection of it. I cried every day. I didn't understand the culture. I didn't understand the people. I didn't understand the language."
I grew up in California, so it's first and foremost my home.
One of the activities that helped Kunis find her footing was learning the craft of acting, as she shared with GQ. "My English was a little janky. I didn't have very many friends, and there was this place advertised on the radio as a place for kids to meet other kids, an acting class." Her new hobby turned out to be a positive thing for her mom and dad too. As Kunis explained it, "My parents couldn't afford a babysitter. They said, 'Great, that takes up our Saturday.'" Kunis began landing roles in commercials at the age of 9, which led to film roles like Piranha in 1995 and Make-A-Wish Molly that same year.
But you don't understand. There's nothing to understand.
It might be hard to believe that the strikingly beautiful Mila Kunis was ever teased for her looks. But even though she was voted Sexiest Woman Alive by Esquire and Sexiest Woman in the World by FHM, the actor claims she was bullied as a child for her unique features. She told OK magazine, "I had a very funny-looking face when I was little. I had big eyes, big lips, big ears. I was constantly being made fun of for having big eyes, and that was awful. I used to come home crying. Why do I have big eyes?" And my parents were like, "You're crazy."
I don't think I'm the sexiest woman alive, but I think the Starbucks guy has a hoot writing it in my Starbucks cup in the morning.
Kunis seemed to acknowledge that the features her classmates once teased her for were the same features that eventually became one of her greatest assets. She said, "I grew into my face. I've learned it wasn't a bad thing to be picked on because when you're little, it seems awful, like it's the end of the world." Few milestones compare to a first kiss, but Mila Kunis may never forget her first for all the wrong reasons.
This is our secret makeout place.
It was a scene for That 70s Show, which was filmed when Kunis was just 14 and her on-screen boyfriend, Ashton Kutcher, was 19. She recalled with Entertainment Weekly, "I've never kissed a guy. Ashton's attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life." For his part, Kutcher admitted to feeling weird about it as well. He remembered, "They were like, 'You guys are going to be making out in this scene.' And I'm thinking, wait, this is slightly illegal."
I'm telling you, Jackie, this body is a curse!
To make matters worse, co-star Danny Masterson bet Kutcher $20 to make the kiss a little more intimate. Kutcher added, "You're kissing on the show, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. You would use tongue. Danny bet me like $20 I wouldn't do it." Ultimately, there was no tongue involved in Mila's first ever kiss, even if it was for the cameras. In 2010, Mila Kunis starred in the acclaimed film Black Swan as Lily, a ballerina with a wild side, opposite Natalie Portman's prim and innocent Nina. Kunis was nominated for several awards for her performance, including a Golden Globe and a Critics' Choice Award, and she won the Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actress. She and Portman were even nominated for Best Kiss at the MTV Movie and TV Awards, as well as the Teen Choice Awards. The accolades she received were numerous, but the actor's intense training regimen took a serious toll on her health. In a 2011 interview with W, Kunis admitted that she had never danced before Black Swan and found the practice to be grueling. She recalled, "I trained for 4 months, 7 days a week, 5 hours a day. I had 1 day off on my birthday." That type of intensive training led to a host of physical issues for the star. She explained, "I lost 20 pounds, I tore a ligament, I dislocated my shoulder, I have 2 scars on my back."
Oh my God, I broke my body. I was like, no, I can't, but I did it.
Although the actor stands by her feeling that playing Lily was ultimately worth it, she also said that she would never dance ballet again. She confessed, "I'm a strong believer in mind over matter, but I didn't fully understand what that meant until this production. I was like, well, I wear heels, I can do this. I was wrong. I screamed the first time I put on a point shoe." Among Mila's standout physical attributes are her eyes, but they're even more unique in that her left eye and right eye aren't quite the same color. However, the reason for the unusual eye color is not so glamorous. While having 2 different colored eyes, called heterochromia, can be harmless, Mila's condition is caused by iritis. According to Cedars-Sinai, chronic iritis is an autoimmune disorder that can cause eye pain, light sensitivity, headaches, and loss of vision. It was that last symptom that affected Kunis in a serious capacity. She explained to Cosmo in 2011, "I was blind in one eye for many years. I'm not blind anymore. I had surgery a couple of months ago. They cut it open and dropped a new lens in there." The actor revealed that she had kept her partial blindness a secret until she was able to have the procedure to correct the condition. In 2011, Mila Kunis fell victim to a notorious celebrity hacking scandal known as Operation Hackerazzi. The hacker accessed the personal accounts of Kunis as well as other A-list stars, including Christina Aguilera and Scarlett Johansson. According to TMZ, no nude photographs of Kunis were leaked, but a photo of her sitting in a bathtub, in which just her head was visible, was released in the hack.
I'm starting to get a mental image.
The outlet also reported that the hacker had uncovered photos of Justin Timberlake on Mila's phone, as well as text messages between the two, sparking rumors of an affair. Both Kunis and Timberlake denied any salacious exchanges between them. In a statement shared with People, reps for both actors were adamant that nothing nefarious had occurred. The statement read in part, "At no time did Mr. Timberlake and Miss Kunis exchange inappropriate texts or emails. The insistence that there is any inappropriate correspondence between the two parties is entirely false." The statement also denied that the hacker had accessed Kunis's phone, claiming that the photos were instead obtained from an inactive email account. In 2012, the hacker, Christopher Chaney, was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The judge in the case made it clear that the invasion of privacy was no joke, telling the media, "These types of crimes are as pernicious and serious as physical stalking." In 2022, Mila Kunis opened up about the health scare that afflicted her husband just a few years earlier. Kunis explained to ET that Kutcher had suffered a flare-up of a rare autoimmune disorder that causes inflammation of the blood vessels. During Ashton's year-long recovery to regain full mobility and sensory function, Kunis held down the fort, standing by her husband's side. She told Entertainment Tonight,
"You deal with whatever health issue comes your way, but you still got kids, you still got a family, you gotta live life."
In February 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine after years of escalating conflict between the two countries. The event hit Mila Kunis hard, since she was born in Ukraine and lived there with her family until emigrating to the US. During an interview with Maria Shriver on Conversations Above the Noise, Kunis shared her devastation over the conflict, revealing,
I was like, oh my God, I feel like a part of my heart just got ripped out. It was the weirdest feeling.
Those instincts moved Kunis to take action. She and Ashton Kutcher started a GoFundMe to raise money in order to house Ukrainian refugees and send supplies to refugee sites. As of January 2024, the couple had raised over $37 million. As Kunis shared on the fundraiser's page, "Ukrainians are proud and brave people who deserve our help in their time of need."